It's your boy Girl here, back with another video, and today I got a special video, guys, man. Today we're going to be talking about this new little update that they did for the PvP boost tier listing. You guys know it's not like this right here, the PvP boost system. They have made a little bit of some changes into it. And I kind of want to just discuss it a little bit, just a second vid for you guys. It's kind of like some, like an extra vid for you, if you guys like the content and everything. I kind of just wanted to talk about this, right? This is pretty interesting that they, we had this boosting for since November. So it's been, 5 to 6 months. And they kind of, seeing the feedback and they're doing some changes. So we're going to just take a look at it. And then we're going to also just get my thoughts on that and what they could improve on it, and do I like the change, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like the change as well? So let's dive on in. Okay, so let's go to the news. I'm a fool. Let's go to the news, right? And it's right here. So the next rating max tier list is here. So let's read this out. So these are the updates, right? So this update is for units that's in Z tier and units that is in S tier. They're not doing the feature boost, B tier, C tier, A tier. They're not touching those. It's only for Z and S. So they're pretty much realizing that even with the 40% damage inflicted and the high defensive stats you get, people are still not rocking those Z's and S tier units. The only viable S tier unit, in my opinion, is Red Piccolo. Red Piccolo is thriving off this, but everybody else is, it's not using, bro. You're not seeing yellow OG Kid Gohan in PvP. No, like, it's just not enough, right? So okay, so let's check it out. So this is before, they have two different sections, right? They give certain boosts to units that's not Zenkai Awakened, and then they give a certain boost to units that are Zenkai Awakened. So say, for example, Blue Piccolo is not going to be on the before Zenkai Awakening, he's going to be on the after Zenkai Awakening one. But say if someone like OG Green Piccolo, he's going to be on the before Zenkai Awakening. So let's take a look at Z tier. So before the adjustment, so that means like prior to this, they was getting 40% inflicted damage, and they was getting strike and blast defense up by 35. So that means, they was getting some damage inflicted, they was getting some higher defense too. But after the adjustment, so something that they're gonna do like in the future, like I don't know when they're gonna update this. They're gonna update April 6th. So this next PvP reset, they're going to get inflicted damage up, strike defense and blast defense up by 40. So that means they're going to have the same amount of inflicted damage, but their strike and blast defense up is going to be up by 5 compared to 35 is now 40. So now they're going to be a little bit more tankier. But the last thing is really interesting. Per battle member with the same episode, inflicted damage up by 20. So this is really interesting, because if you rock, say for example, movies, let's do like movies Green Cooler, right? He's going to get the 40 damage inflicted and then the 40 strike and blast defense. And if you rock him on a movie Saga team, he's going to get an extra 60. So that means he's going to get 100 damage inflicted compared to 40, which is that's a pretty big change, bro. Like 60 extra damage inflicted if you rock him on a niche team. That's pretty interesting. That's really interesting. But if you rock him, say for example, on a Frieza team that doesn't really have movie characters, he's still going to get himself 60 because he's considered himself a movie Saga. So regardless, the minimum he's going to get now is 60 damage. But if you rock him like if you check all the boxes, he's going to get an extra 40 damage inflicted to himself. So they kind of want you to build him on episodes teams, which is pretty interesting. Really interesting. Now these are the units for Zenkais. Like these are units that get Zenkai. So like Blue Piccolo is Z tier, right? So he was getting 10% damage inflicted, which didn't really change that much for him. But after adjustments, he's getting 10, and then same episode, he's getting an extra 10. So that means he himself is the minimum getting 20. But if you rock him on, I believe he's Cell Saga, he's gonna get 40. So you rock him on the Cell Saga, he's gonna get 40 damage inflicted instead of 20. Well, I mean, instead of 10, which is pretty good. And then S tier, it's kind of the same thing. What they did is they upped the defense by 5%, but it's 30 now, and then they did the pure thing by 10% instead of 20% from the before Zenkai Awakening. And then for the S tier Zenkai units, they're getting the 8 inflicted damage, and then per episode inflicted damage, they're gonna get up by 5. So I want to take a look. At the PvP boost now, and I want to see which tags or episodes are probably going to get the most benefits from this. And the first thing comes to mind is movies. I think movie saga is probably going to be the episode. Remember, these are based off episode. You want to get them to like their peak damage, like the 100% damage, the 60% damage at their S tier. You want to rock them on like their episode team as well. So I think movies is going to definitely balance it out. It's definitely going to take the win here in my opinion, because movies has so much characters and they have so much diversity in the type of teams you want to build for movies. You can do like a PO movies, you can do a hybrid movies, you can do a Sans movies, you can just do an all-around movies team. They have so much threats. They have so many different niche teams that you can build inside the movies tag, because it's so broad that I feel like units that's in the Z tier list that is from episode sagas for movies are going to balance it out. So units like Android 13 is going to balance really good. I will say this 14, I mean this, not 14, right? 15, yeah, this 15, 14, any like Lord Slug, any units that's from the movie saga is going to benefit a lot. Like even the Bojack right here, I think they're going to benefit a lot from this because, like I said, it has a broad tag. They can get to that 100% damage inflicted easily because movies is a solid tag. And then another another tag that might be really interesting might be USS, bro. They've been buffing USS. So units like Ribrianne might be really interesting. I don't know if 100 damage inflicted is going to make her somewhat viable in this meta, bro. Because you do need to have a good kit. Regardless of how much damage inflicted you get, you do need to have somewhat of a viable kit. You know, like some of these units, although they might get the 100% damage inflicted if you rock them on the right teams, some of them still might not perform well. Like say for example, maybe this blue Bulma right here. Like you might rock them on the Dragon Ball Saga team, but she might not still be up to date. So I'm curious to see if an extra 60% damage on these Z tier units is going to make them compete. Then what I'm thinking, like of course the 100 damage inflicted, extra 60 damage if you rock them on their respective teams, it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be very, very good. But you also need the kit. You do need the kit to survive in this meta too. Like you can't just have damage inflicted. You kind of need both. So I feel like some characters that might look really good right now, just looking at the Z tier list, I think Blue Slug will be pretty interesting. Not gonna lie, I think Blue Slug, because he also has some decent damage inflicted buffs already in his kit. So if you rock him on a movie saga region team type, he can get an extra 100% damage inflicted. So Blue Slug is really interesting to me. Anybody else? I think Saiyan sagas would be interesting, bro. Like you guys know I'm gonna revisit Green Piccolo, right? Like I'm curious to see how he does with 100 damage inflicted instead of 40. That's gonna be really interesting to me. If I rock him with the LF Piccolo and the Cryhon, he's gonna get an extra 35 damage inflicted. So 135 inflicted to OG Green Piccolo. You guys know I'm gonna make a revisit video on this guy. Anybody else? Like I said, the USS girls are gonna be really good, bro. Kakusa, Rosie's that's gonna be really good too. I think all three of them is gonna be really good trio together. Any other tags that I think can thrive on? I think Majin Buu Saga. There's a lot of units from Majin Buu Saga that's in the Z and S tier, so you can really build. You can see if that work out as well. Let's go to S tier. S tier, you know, unit Basil might really look really good, but like I said, USS is a really good team, and if Basil's still in this S tier, he's gonna get 60 more damage inflicted, which is pretty nice. Anybody else that kind of catches my eye? Red Piccolo, like I said, Red Piccolo is gonna thrive even more if you rock him on the movie saga. Anybody else that is interesting? This Frieza will be interesting. If you rock him on Anime Originals, you can rock the purple Frieza, the green Pod Frieza, and him on that LOE team. So that'll be pretty interesting to see how well he does with this extra 60 damage. And then LOE's already providing really good support with all the units they have on their team. So he's gonna get more support buffs. And then that's gonna be pretty interesting as well. Anybody else that'll be interesting? This guy will be interesting. I'm curious to see how this purple 17 will look. I think I got everybody. I think this green Mai will be interesting too, because Trunks Saga's pretty much a really good team, bro. You have like Sword Hope Trunks, you have Goku Black Zamasu, you have LF Rose, you have CMZ, you got some really strong units there. I think what Trunks Saga's missing is really a good yellow, I believe. The Future Gohan's not from there, but Green Mile will be interesting as well. And he's also a health buffer too. So yeah, I think this is interesting. I just wish that they did something with this tier. I think that the feature boost should be cut down, bro. I think the inflicted damage should be 10%. I don't think Ultra Kaioken Goku deserves to get an extra 20% damage inflicted and then an extra 15 to both defense. I think they should cut that down to 10, and then the strike and blast defense should be cut down to 8, in my opinion, because these units are thriving too much. Like they're doing way too much damage, bro. Like this Bardock is literally has been released in January and he is still in the feature boost system, bro. But that absolutely makes no sense. Why is he still getting the boost? Why is he still like, that's crazy, bro. Like Bardock came out in January, he's still there. So yeah, I think they should, a lot of people are complaining more about the feature boost, like the feature boost side of this thing than the Z's and S. I don't think people are saying, oh bro, like I want Green Piccolo to be meta. No one's not complaining about these, bro. People are complaining about this. They're complaining about the feature boost and how long they stay in the feature boost, and then you drop them to the A tier boost and they're literally getting the same exact buffs. So I think this is the people are having problems with this. These two areas. Not this. No one doesn't care about this. It would be cool making PvP videos, but the average PvP guy, like the average Dragon Ball Legends person, is not gonna be like, oh shoot, yeah, let me rock now for, instead of rocking green or yellow God Key, I'm gonna rock Pycon. No, it's not gonna happen. And I don't know why they're focusing so much on the Z's and S. They need to focus on diminishing these units for no reason. Like, it's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. So that's just a little quick video. Let me know what you guys think. I think the Z's and S is pretty interesting as a content creator side, because there's a lot of fun units that I might, do vids on throughout the future, bro. You guys already know, like, I want to try this guy out. I want to see what this guy does with 135 damage inflicted with Ella, Piccolo, and Cryhon. He gets the extra buffs from them, and yeah. So content creators wise, pretty dope to make some fun teams. But as a regular player, I probably won't even care about this. They need to focus on feature boost. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys thoughts on this. And it's been LegendsNEWZ, and I'm out.